What if I told you that not wanting to leave your home is not an escape, but a conscious choice you have every right to make? Is your home your most protected space? Not just where you find peace, but your most comfortable, most powerful, most relaxed, and most isolated space. There are people like this. They say maybe to an invitation, but that maybe is really just a softer way of saying they can't bring themselves to go. When the day of that maybe finally arrives, the phone goes silent, the door stays closed, they stay in their room, living inside their own world without reaching out to anyone. And for not following through on that maybe, they feel a strange sense of relief. Guilt, a little, maybe not at all, but underneath it, something deeper, peace. Those around them call it social phobia or introversion, maybe the lonely one. Welcome to 5-Minute Psychology. In the next 5 minutes, you'll learn a powerful psychological idea that can change the way you think. Love psychology? Subscribe for more. Now let's continue. The relationship a person forms with a space directly reflects how they experience the world. In psychology, this is called place identity, the idea that the bond a person builds with a physical environment becomes part of how they see themselves. Rather than seeing home as mere shelter, they live it as an expression of their inner world. Every corner holds a connection, a story, like a sovereign territory where they answer to no one. People who love staying home are often misunderstood. They are called antisocial. People say they can't communicate, yet the vast majority of these individuals are fully capable of deep, meaningful connection, just not in crowds, but one-on-one in chosen safe spaces. The difference is this: for them, social energy is not an infinite resource. It gets spent, and it needs to be replenished. Neuroscience has something striking to say about this. The brains of more introverted individuals operate at a higher baseline activation level in response to external stimuli. A crowd, a noise, even a conversation. These are not the same experience for them. The brain processes more, spends more energy. Home reduces that load. It is predictable, controllable, safe. No excess negative energy, no excess positive energy, just the person and the home. No other disturbing stimulus. But there is an important distinction here: loving to stay home and being afraid to go outside. These are not the same thing. One is a preference, the other is a limitation. Staying home is something a person chooses. Spending time there is a decision made with free will. Being confined within walls feels different in a prison. At home, it is entirely a matter of choice. A person who makes home their world often possesses a rich inner life. Books, music, dialogues held with their own thoughts, small rituals. These are not shallow pleasures for them, living in connection with the home and its rooms, gathering memories in every corner, in every space. These are the points where the world takes on meaning. The noise outside scatters that meaning. Home holds it together, a quieter sanctuary, sheltered from the influence of others. In psychology, there is the concept of restorative environment. Spaces where the mind can repair itself after stress and exhaustion. These spaces differ from person to person. For some, it is nature. For others, a quiet cafe. For others still, it is quite literally their own room. For those who love staying home, home is the only reliable address where that restoration happens. Without it, every experience outside begins to feel a little more draining. But there is something else worth seeing. These individuals can sometimes become lost inside their own patterns. When home becomes a refuge, the rest of the world can begin to seem increasingly distant, complex, and threatening. This can sometimes give rise to psychological difficulties. But when a person chooses this intentionally, it becomes a vital space for discharging and rebuilding energy. This point is critical, because the line between preference and withdrawal is not always clear. And when that line blurs, home is no longer a choice. It becomes a necessity. The mark of a healthy inner world is this: being able to go outside, but choosing not to; being capable of socializing, but not sacrificing yourself for it. Making connections, but only the ones that truly carry meaning. People who make home their world do not conform to the socialization norms society has set. This is called weakness. Yet, more often than not, these are people who have learned a rare form of existence, one that does not require the approval of others to feel whole. Perhaps the real question is this: have you ever truly spent time in a place of your own choosing, in a silence of your own choosing, with only yourself for company? The answer says far more about you than you might think. It reveals just how strong you really are.